Right, now we arrive at another hotly contested category. It is that for the MOJO Catalogue Release of the Year, presented by our friends at HMV. And the shortlist for this category was arrived at after our annual arm wrestle between a number of HMV specialists and the MOJO editorial team. It did get rather violent on a couple of occasions, but we got through that in the end, to be honest with you. There are a couple of packages that were highly commended. They are the complete Motown #1s box set, obviously on Motown via Universal, and Pearl Jam 1990 to 1992 on the Sony label. But to tell us who's made the final shortlist of 6, please welcome to the stage a man who can only be described as the very king of Afrobeat. It is Mr. Tony Allen.
Thank you, everybody. I have a different ways of expressing myself. Last time I was here, I said I was not going to say any one word, and I did say something at last. But anyway, tonight, I want to keep my promise. I'm not saying nothing. But now, tonight, the winner is Miles Davis Jr.
And to collect the award, please welcome Miles Davis's son, Erin, and his nephew, Vince Wilburn. It is an honour and a privilege to have him here this evening.
Hi, everybody. I want to thank Phil Alexander, MOJO.
Thank you.
And we're 2 drummers, so Tony Allen, man, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, man. He's my idol. It's pretty amazing how the music of Miles Davis continues to touch the world. And after 50 years, this groundbreaking album is commended by MOJO and the world. So I want to thank a few people if I can. Sony US, Adam Block, Steve Berkowitz, Neil Mulderry, Tom Cording, and Lynn Cope. And my cousin, Erin, wants to speak. Here he is.
Thank you, guys. Thanks. I'd just like to say quickly that we've been noticing since we've been here that the appreciation of music in the UK and in Europe is so much more tangible than in the States. And I'm thinking about moving here, actually. Seriously. I just want to thank everybody at Sony UK, Stuart, Kirkham, Daniel, where is he? There he is. Hannah, Richard, Phil, and Joe. Phil Alexander again.
Thank you.
Because your magazine is wonderful, and we appreciate it. And John, and Neil, and thanks a lot, guys. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Erin, you're here accepting an award for the MOJO Catalogue Release of the Year, which is the 50th anniversary issue of Kinda Blue by great Miles Davis. And it's a record that is timeless, is it not?
It is indeed. It's just something that when you put on, your ears just gravitate to it, and a lot of people remember the first time they heard it, and that's always going to be something that stands the test of time, I think.
Just one word comes to mind when I play the album over and over and over and over and over. It's timeless, you know. I mean, 50 years later, you know, it speaks for itself. 50 years. Who would imagine, you know? And I hear something different every time I play it and listen to it. So I've worn out about 3 or 4 of the vinyl album. You know, so we're just happy to be here, man. Thank MOJO, thank you, thank Phil,
and Chief,
Chief, and Miles, man. He's looking down on us.
I actually have Freddie Freeloader as my ringtone because it's the one piece of music I can think of that doesn't make me want to throw my phone across the room.
I had it as my ringtone, but it was so obvious that I had to take it off.
So you're saying my ringtone is obvious?
No, for me it was obvious. You know, it was a bit of a Homer move. You know, when you're visionary, you know what you want, and that's the key. So when you go in the studio, you don't waste time. You tell the guys what you want. You give them a sketch, or you give them the charts if you have them, whatever. And you don't waste time. You just get it first 2 takes. First takes a lot of those on Kinda Blue. So that impresses me the most, because you hear about all these people languishing in studios, wasting money for a year or whatever, and it's just that's the way to make a record. Is you go in, you have an idea what you want to do, and you bring in the people to do it. So you have the tools, and then you just record it. That's it. That's it. No wasting time. You know, get to it.
And I get the impression that the old man Mars was a bit of a tough taskmaster as well.
Well, I mean, you know, looking back in hindsight, I think he just was like Vince always says. He had a real specific vision, and when you try to convey that to people and they don't get it, it makes it causes a bit of friction. But it's not so much as being a tough taskmaster as it is having your vision and trusting people to execute it. And that's what, you know, we've been entrusted with that from time to time, and, you know, we didn't always get it at first, but you just do it. Just do it, right?
Yeah, the hot seat.
Yeah.
But, and like, you know, when you think about it now, man, I mean, it's like things he used to say, try at rehearsal, or things he used to do on stage. I mean, it's, you know, it's like, wow, how did he know? He just had a knack for knowing where the music was going or where he wanted the music to go. So that's pretty amazing.